Cancerians, welcome back. It's Michelle, your practical priestess here at Divinely Genuine. So we're here to do the Uranus transiting Taurus tarot reading, okay? So I'm doing a planetary spread for this one. It consists of 7 cards. Here's what it looks like. Each card represents a planet, which represents a certain way it's affecting you, okay? I did commune with spirit, bless the cards as usual, but I got in a zone and I already cut them, so sorry about that. Okay, let's see. This goes over. We've got card 1 there, 2's here, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so the first card is representing Saturn, karmic return, endings in time. It's the Queen of Wands. Okay. The issue approached from the perspective for the inevitable, big themes. It's what is ending in your life. Okay. So the Queen of Wands, what is ending in your life? The flowing beauty of fire. Themes and concepts, seduction, a charming person, charisma and beauty, somebody who enjoys hosting social events, a social butterfly, the light shining from within, nurturing desires and passions, bringing out the best in others, somebody who is desired by many. Okay, so this is what's ending for you guys. Maybe instead of, if this is referring to you and not someone else, maybe instead of being so caught up in the Libra thing, because it sounds very Libra-like, instead of being so social and bringing out the best in others, maybe you guys are going to take time to focus on yourselves right now. It's also nurturing desires and passions, so maybe y'all have completed some passions and that's ending right now. Okay. Alright. Moving on to card 2, which is over here. And you've got the Strength card. Okay. Major Arcana card. So let's first go to card 2 represents Mars. It's force and aggression, ambition and competition. It's the issue approached from the perspective of the ego and the self. It's what is in conflict or imbalance in your life. Okay, so the Strength card is the Maiden and the Beast. It's the animal self. This is what is in conflict or imbalance. The animal self, acknowledging and welcoming the libido and passions. A symbiotic relationship between two people that are vastly different. Inner strength, strength and kindness. It is better to kill wasp with honey than with vinegar. The beast within, a connection with animals. Okay. I believe the Strength card represents Taurus. No, that's the Hierophant. Okay, sorry. Oh, the Strength represents Leo. That's right, makes sense. So it could represent a Leo in your life or the Leo in your chart. Okay, so you're in balance. That's what is imbalance and needs to be balanced right now. the animal self, your passionate side. Then we move on to card 3, and it's the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Now this is the Uranus and Taurus transit, so this reading is for 7 to 8 years, okay? So you can always come back to it. If you don't see it right away, or, this is just the whole transit is what I've asked for. Nine of Pentacles in the 3rd position is Venus. Venus represents your emotional world and relationships. Of course, it's love and beauty, harmony, peace, union. The issue approached from the perspective of bringing about peace, harmony, and inspiration. So your emotional world, the Nine of Pentacles. The fullness of independence and gain. The self-made man or woman. Self-employment. An independent business. Being entirely in the moment. Enjoying the fruits of your labors. Fullness, ripening. Guaranteed success. Gain in resources. Confidence in your own work without the need to rely upon others. Okay, so this is how you're feeling. You're ready to, during this transit, you're feeling like you're ready to do, you're having confidence in your own work as a self-made woman or man. An independent business. It's beautiful. Okay. Moving on to card 4 is Mercury. The mind and intellect, word and wit, the issue approached from the perspective of reason, your intellectual world and thoughts, okay? The Mercury, and you've got the High Priestess. Ooh, that's a good place to have your mind, most definitely. I believe the High Priestess represents intuition. Just let me see. Oh, wait. No, we want to go to the Major Arcana. Silence, gestating mystery. Silence to find answers. Intuition, introspection, knowing yourself, psychic ability, and vision. Remembering. Seeking inner wisdom. Mystery, stillness, and receptivity. Somebody with great inner vision and wisdom. Learning from your intuition. Inaction as the best course of action. Beautiful. So during this time with Uranus and Taurus, you guys are going to be strengthening your channel to spirit, your intuition, your inner guidance system. You're not going to be so much looking at what's on the outside, but going within and remembering who you are, remembering your connection. That's the best place to be. That's awesome. That's where your mind will be. So the 5th card is Jupiter, represents Jupiter. And we've got the Hanged Man. I believe that represents Pisces. Let me check. Don't quote me on that. So Jupiter is our growth, expansion, action, and friendship. The issue approached from the perspective of the social world. Your actions and outward being, your goals. The Hanged Man. It's the dark night of the soul. But where's the one that says how they relate to astrology? I swear it was before this, sorry, I am mumbling. Where are you? Darn it. Aha. Hangman represents Neptune, which is also Neptune rules Pisces, so I guess that's why I said that. Anywho, it's the dark night of the soul. It's surrender, which goes with what you're doing as far as getting in touch with your intuition. Surrender, letting go and giving in, sacrifice, turning inwards, seeing things from a different angle, a pause in activity or plateau. Serenity, suffering for a reason, seeing the bigger picture, giving into your higher self, the dark night of the soul, descent into the underworld, staring into the abyss. You know what's cool is this transit, like I said, is almost 8 years. 8 years. Have no worries. Okay, so the next card represents the moon. And that would be your inner world. Even though Venus is your emotional world and relationships, the moon is your inner world. Who you are at the very core. It's your instincts, your reactive space. Receptivity and intuition, dreams and rhythms. The issue approached from the perspective of intuition. Your inner world. We have the moon. That is so accurate, as if you guys are not aware, the moon finds its home in the constellation of Cancer. So, yeah, the moon is home in Cancerian. So that lines up just beautifully. Though it's exalted in Taurus. Let's see. So we want to look up the moon card now. The moon, the silver road of shadows and tides. That's right, because it's not always illuminated. Illusion, uncertainty, secrecy and mystery, lunacy and madness, half-truths, hidden truths, hints, subconscious suspicions, flux, women's mysteries, the subconscious, fearing the shadows, reflection of truth, filtering the truth, Chinese whispers. Crazy part. Okay, so just think of how, how the moon is illuminated and it goes through different stages of its illumination, right? So you may be feeling that in your emotional world as well. You may always feel that as a Cancer. Well, it would be a Cancer moon, I guess. Moon sign more than sun, but still the archetype has it. So yeah, you could find yourself very passionate at times, like with the full moon, and very uninspired at other times. So you just try to balance that out, right? Now we've got the sun, and just keep the intuition. The sun is representing the main focus of your life. We've got the 9 of Swords. It's the center and vitality, truth and purpose, the issue approached as a synthesis of all the other cards, or the main focus of your life at this time. Okay, so Swords typically represent decisions. 9 typically, 9 in numerology represents completion. So 9 of Swords, and the way she has her head like this, it's like she has to make a decision, I feel like. It's the things that go bump in the night. Oh, okay, that's right. It's nightmares and night terrors, fear and being afraid, worry and anxiety. Okay, so this worry, this fear and being afraid, that's exactly why you guys are having to use your intuition so strongly. You've got so many, like you've got the Moon card, the High Priestess, the Hanged Man, all talking about using your channel. You've got the Strength card. Let me finish reading this. It's nightmares, night terrors, fear and being afraid, worry and anxiety, sleep deprivation and problems. It's mental illness, feelings of guilt, worrying too much about something, making a mountain out of a molehill, health being adversely affected by anxiety. Okay. So do not forget, and this is exactly why we do tarot and learn astrology, is for guidance. But I am a strong believer that with this guidance, you have to use it as just that, guidance. Sorry, I'm trying to turn back as I'm talking. To the Queen of Wands, first off. That's the Princess. What was I saying? Oh, and then we want to make sure that as we're using this guidance that we're practicing the law of attraction. Because if you listen to a reading, right, that is, channeled and may or may not be for you, may or may not, I mean, how could it possibly be for every Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising? You know what I mean? That's why we know when they resonate well with us, okay? But for something like an eight-year transit, who knows, right? But anyway, the point is to always practice the law of attraction, because I have grown to know that it works. And what it is whatever you're holding up here, you are attracting. So if you're trying to always figure out problems and mentally, and you don't let your mind dream about what you'd like to happen, you're just asking for more of those problems, okay? So you want to take this as guidance and focus on the good aspects, like connecting with your intuition. You've got the 3 cards that say you're going to do that. You've got it in the Moon position, which is your intuitive state. You've got it in the Mercury position, which is your mental state. You need to keep your higher self, your intuitive state connected. And then you've got it here with Jupiter, which is trying to get you to grow and expand in the way of surrendering to your intuition. I just needed to turn back here to the Queen of Wands. That's right, it's representing like a Libra. So, 9 of Pentacles, and that's what you're letting go of. So let go of your passions, desires, and surrender to your intuition during this transit, as your main focus is you've got a lot of fears, Cancerians, and you need to let those go. Oh, it's so toxic for the body. Let's see. And what's great is once you let them go and you practice these new habits, and if it's in a transit, it will not last forever. You will come out better than before. The 9 of Pentacles, so we had, let me remember the order. We had Saturn, it was 1, 2, and 3. This was your Venus. And that's right, you're focusing inwardly, or your emotional world is tied up in being self-made and confidence in your work. So that's beautiful. I love it. Sorry about the chair. I need some of that. W2. So I hope you guys enjoy your reading. I'll be around with this transit. If you can afford it, please get an astrologer to give you some advice as how this transit will affect you according to your birth chart. I'm offering a reading, but if you can afford someone that has done it for, like the Leo King, Nadia Shah, those guys are amazing. So if you can afford them, do it, because they take it all, and they have so much experience. But any astrologer should be able to tell you more than you know, so it'll be beneficial either way. All right, guys, thanks for your support. Love y'all. Peace.